when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, man. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone. Straight up.
Ouch.
Because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, man, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Wow. That was rough. Of course, there's more to that segment. And I've just heard of this guy, Kevin Samuels. Yeah, but that was brutal. That not in the sense in that didn't need to be said, but that was rough. That was real rough. I mean, I was like, ooh, when you see what he did and what I've always have done, and I'm gonna go a little deep, folks. I've said in the past, that for black women that wonder why their sons bring home someone that doesn't look like you, mama, that's all one needs to do is reflect and look back and see. All those mothers need to do is look back and reflect and see how you raised your son. This is why your sons are bringing home Hispanic women, Caucasian women, Asian women, mixed women. Now, I can't tell you how many times, and I've thrown examples out in other videos, where you have sisters out here. You have sisters out here that are driving around in 2019 BMW hatchback SUVs, nice luxury cars. And then you go to their home and there's lollipop wrappers all over the floor. In many instances, you look in these vehicles of these women. Now, this isn't just sisters. This is women in general. You find Wendy's bags all in the passenger floorboard, sticky coins and nickels from soda that has been spilled, that hasn't been wiped up, all in the cup holders and shit like that. And you go in their houses and you, like I said, you see lollipop wrappers, dishes not done. But yet these are the same women that will run down. These are the same women that will run down to a beauty shop and buy hair that isn't theirs and then complain about bills. But yet you have this 2019 BMW SUV out in your parking lot. Not in a really desired area at times. And you're paying $613 a month on that note. You're buying $800 worth of hair a month, and I'm probably being modest. And you complain about bills, and you want to be choosy. Now, with this woman right here, she's 5'5", and I think her dress, I want to say her dress size somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not really into women's dress sizes. I'm not familiar with that. But I know 30 is too damn high. That is too high. I mean, I ain't the small. I wear a size 38 in pant in my waist. I want to get it down, of course, but 30 at 5. But I'm 6'3". Wear a size 38. I'm 240 pounds. I'm not a bean pole, but I'm. But 5'5", size 30. And then I look at this woman. I see the hair, and you know what? I'm so over talking about hair. I've said in the past that what's happened is a lot of black women have gotten lazy with their hair, because black women can grow hair. We grow hair. We're human beings, but there's so much capping and clout chasing all these years trying to look like other women. And to get this hair, and sometimes her hair looks so ridiculous too. It looks ridiculous. And I said that men would, a brother would say, well, why, if you're going to go and get another woman's hair and put it on your head, why don't I just go and get the real thing? Just get all the, just go and get you a real woman with her own hair on her head. But this was tough. This was brutal, brutally honest. My goodness. And, I've seen some other commentary on it, and particular types of women. I'm not going to say any names. I don't know. But I've seen some commentary, and, people even you have guys who are saying this was wrong, this was mean. And see, we're living in a society where there are no real repercussions for women. And for a man to have a choice in the type of women that he wants, it's like, how dare you have a choice? It all goes back to body. All this, what's her name? Lizzo. We're supposed to accept that as, like, we're not supposed to hold her accountable. Now, I like curvy women with meat on their bones, I guess you could say. Not Lizzie's type. But there are some real health, outside of that, there's some real health reasons when you get like that. When you're 5'5" and you wear a size 30 in dress, that's a problem. No man is going to want to deal with that, because not only do you're not, now let me just say this, there are guys that probably like this, don't get me wrong, but aside from body shaming and all that, there's heart problems that come with this. There's diabetes. There's health factors. And what you have a lot of women now, they love to look good. And I'll say this, you guys that are listening, some of you old heads know. But you young guys that are listening to me right now, you want to see how hygienic a woman is, you go to her house and look at her bathroom. If her bathroom is ass, do not mess with that woman. I mean, if that's what you want. Do not look forward to any type of long-term commitment with that woman because she's lazy. She's lazy. She's belligerent. If a woman's house is dirty, that tells you a lot about her, especially when she comes out the house with all the latest bags, whether they be knockoff. She has all the hair. She has money to go get her hair and nails done. She has all type of tennis shoes and dress shoes, but she can't keep her bathroom clean. She can't keep her home or her car clean on the inside. And it's all a facade. It's all, capping. That's all it is. A lot of women are into capping and clout chasing, the appearance, as if when you see them on the street. I've lost a lot of respect for women that I've seen that have come to my home, and my home is clean. I tidy up here and there, but I never let my home get out of control to I got dishes all in the damn sink, rice stuck to the plates and shit, and juice rings are on the damn counter. No, but I've seen it, and what has happened is, when it was the opportunity for me to go to those women's houses, and I saw what I just mentioned, I lost their value plummeted, because they would come to my home dressed relatively nice, weaving or whatever, but then I'd go to their home and I see, you are not who you say you are. You're not who you portray yourself to be. And then if you also listen in this Kevin Samuels segment, she mentioned something along the lines of, well, I look the same with this. No, you don't. I mean, that's exactly what the brother said. No, you don't. And I've said this. I can't tell you how many times. See, this is what's going on, folks. And I'm just going to say it. And real women that watch me, my female viewers, you know what's up. Men age like wine, women age like milk. That's just the reality of it. I didn't make the rules. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just the harsh realities of this. And when you, as he said, when you're 35 with a 15-year-old, your value is very low. It's very low. And I've said this in the past. Many of y'all have been listening to me since 2012. I've been saying this for almost 10 years. That when you're 38 years old and you have a 3-year-old child and you're talking about relationship, a guy that has something going on for himself is not going to check for you. I'm sorry. You're going to get the dusty Ray Rays and John Johns, the hobosexuals that don't have anywhere to go, and they will deal with that. These were the ones that will watch your child while you go out and do things. These are the ones that will pick up your children while you are out and doing things, because he doesn't have anywhere to go, and he's going to follow a script to ensure that he has a place to lay his head. That's just the reality of it, folks. A guy that is single, keeps himself somewhat in shape, maybe has no kids, maybe his kids are grown, he doesn't want any more kids, he's not going to check for you. And this is just the harsh reality of it. And I can tell you, I can't tell you how many times I've ran into women in this particular situation in which I just described, and you can tell that they know that you know, but they're not, they can't, they must try. And I told you many times in the past where I was in high school and I'd go back home and I would, the girl who was jumping in the Regals and the Cutlasses of other dope boys in high school, and didn't have any time for myself or guys that I hung around with, but wanted to hang around with the D-boys. I went back home. Now these women are cashiers at Piggly Wiggly. Nothing wrong with being a cashier at Piggly Wiggly. However, when you're 42 years old and a cashier at Piggly Wiggly, and you have a 16-year-old and your oldest is maybe 24 or something like that, and you may have a grandchild because this type of behavior it self-replicates. It's generational. And all I can say is, it. Sorry, girl. You can't. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's all you can really say. It's too late now, girl. I mean, look at you. What can you do for me? 42 years old, rocking that hair weave. I mean, good down to earth, but your your value isn't there anymore. It's not there anymore. It's too late. When you're 42 years old and you're still renting your kid, you're still living with your kid, you're working maybe another job, and that dope boy that you had that child with, that you was in high school jumping in and out of the car with after school, he's probably dead or in jail. Now you want to go back in time, and now maybe you've gotten a little more weight on you. And I would just say to women like this, and if you notice, when he began to spit that real hot fire, she got on her phone. Because she got on her phone, I'm going to tell you why she got on her phone. She got on her phone to escape what was brutally the truth that he was spitting. Secondly, she went to her phone to find validation from those men that have put it in her head that she is a 7 or something along the lines like that. And I can tell you how many times I gave the story about the guy that worked at Dairy Queen making belt busters. And I look at the women on social media and I see so many thirsty men out here. You're so beautiful, I wish you was mine. Oh, I'd wife that. And it's very deplorable. It's very sickening. But then I look at, in which I did in that case, I looked at this brother, and he was like in his 30s, maybe 40s, something like. Anyway, he's a fry cook and making belt busters at Dairy Queen. This is a brother that doesn't have a lot of options as well. See, the dating marketplace, or whatever, dating, it's changed. And the reason and I've said this before, folks, and brothers, I'm going to tell you, and when I mean brothers, I mean my white brothers, my Hispanic, my Asian brothers. What you'll find is your biggest hurdle is not going to be these women. Your biggest hurdle is not going to be these women. Your biggest adversary is going to be guys like that brother I was talking about, who's 42 years old, making belt busters at Dairy Queen. He's going to fight you tooth and nail because he has a interest in dealing with women to keep that false sense of confidence that these women have. He doesn't want you to ruin that because that's all he has to do. That's all he can get. So in essence, he's the guard dog for simping. And I understand Willie D had some words. Boyce Watkins had some words. And, tell you, watch these guys. These guys, they'll try to get you out the way to maintain that flow of those types of women. Tell you, they'll be like, yeah, we got to get rid of him. Or he's too professional, or he He got it going on. He's better than us. When you're not doing nothing, you just dress well, you keep yourself up in shape, you're not smoking dope every damn day, you're not playing PlayStation every day. You're on your, you're trying to make things shake and move. You may want to open a business. You may be striving for promotion at work. You're not even giving a care. But see, these guys here, they will knock you off. These are the ones that pillow talk. These are the ones who will, say things to get in the good graces of women like this. So you need to be cognizant of that, gentlemen. But yeah, this is just the harsh realities of it. When you're 38 years old and you have a 4-year-old and a guy who is lives on his own, he's just not going to want to deal with that. And it's best that you don't deal with that. You put yourself at risk. That woman is always going to choose that child over you. That woman and her estranged baby daddy or ex-husband is you don't know what he's about. There's tons of stories of men being killed. You with your girlfriend and her child or her wife. Or you decided for whatever reason to marry this chick. You're taking her to the baby's daddy's house for visitation, to sharing the visitation. An argument ensues between your wife now that you decided to wife up and him, the natural biological father. You intervene into that because this is your wife now, and the baby daddy shoots you dead in his front yard. There's tons of stories of this, folks. Stuff like this happens every day in America, men, and you need to be aware of that. That is the risk of dealing with single mothers, gentlemen. You put yourself in so many vulnerable positions. The headache. But yeah, it was brutal, but I have no issues with it. Not at all. It's just the reality. And shit, boy. Dang. When he said you're gonna die alone, that I was like, that really, because these are your cat women, okay? Time ticks for women. That hourglass, those sands flow faster for women than a man. And, this is a woman who's in denial. She's delusional. She thinks she deserves more, but she brings nothing to the table. I mean, she's not even she doesn't even have an exceptional figure. 5'5", you wear a size 30 in dress. I mean, some guy out there will like it, but most men won't. And the men that do like it probably fake liking it so they can get somewhere for them to stay. And you said you have money, and tell you, these sisters with these degrees and positions, they're not very smart. They just know how to book study, but they don't have any common sense. Because if you had common sense, there's no way in hell you would argue against what Kevin Samuels was telling you. It's just the reality. Painless out.